Hello, and welcome back to the Richard Talaferro podcast, where we take a look at career insights and give advice to career changers. You know that moment when everything's finally starting to click with your career change. You're taking courses, you've got a mentor, you're making real progress, and then suddenly you just stop. You slow down, you pull back, and you're left wondering what just happened. If that sounds familiar, you're not broken, you're human. And today, I want to help you understand why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do to keep moving forward even when fear tries to slam the brakes. Let me paint a picture that might feel familiar. Picture yourself sitting at your desk in the middle of the afternoon. You've been taking those first few tentative steps toward a career change. You've picked up new skills through courses, you're chatting regularly with someone in the field you want to enter, and maybe you've even found a mentor for guidance. The shift you've been yearning to make is finally starting to happen. A new version of you is starting to come to the surface, and everything feels like it's going so well. And then the doubt creeps in. Why am I doing this? Will my friends still like me? Who am I to make such a big change? And before you know it, you've slowed down. The mentor calls stop. Your coursework gets sloppy, and you stop talking about your plans. You go right back to where you started. Here's what I want you to know. Self-sabotage is real, and you might be doing it without even knowing it. This isn't about being lazy or unmotivated. You're actually wired to seek safety, and let's be honest, change doesn't feel safe. But what if I told you that fear showing up isn't a red flag? What if it's actually a green light? Fear has a funny way of showing up when we're close to something meaningful. Just when it feels like you're gaining momentum, fear whispers to you, this is too much. And too often, we listen to that whisper. But here's a different way to look at it. The presence of fear doesn't mean the path is wrong. It means the path is real. When you stop calling your mentor or close your laptop instead of logging into your course, that's not failure. That's a scared part of you trying to protect what you've already built. But protection isn't the same as alignment. Change isn't a one and done event. It's a relationship. And like all relationships, it takes tending, care, and reconnection. So if you've drifted away from your goal lately, that's okay. You can always return. So, how do we move forward when fear wants us to stay put? I'm going to give you 4 specific strategies that you can use to help keep you moving, even when that scared part of you is trying to take the wheel. First, start small. You don't have to sprint right out of the blocks. Just take the next step. A check-in text, a 10-minute lesson, even a walk around the block while thinking about your next question. Progress doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Second, talk back to your fear. It sounds weird, yes, but give it a try. Say this, hey, I see you. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but I've got this. This helps you acknowledge what you're feeling without letting it control what you're doing. Third, anchor into evidence. Look back at what you've already accomplished. You didn't imagine those wins, you earned them. Let them remind you of what you're capable of. And fourth, get support. The work you're doing isn't solo work. Change asks for community. Find a coach, a friend, a group that reminds you of who you are when your confidence starts to waver. At the end of the day, you don't need to get rid of the fear. You just need to keep it from driving the car. The version of you that made it this far didn't show up just to stay stuck. It showed up to grow into your next chapter. If this resonated with you, I'd love to continue the conversation. You can find more insights about navigating career change on my website. And when you're ready for personalized support as you work through these transitions, let's talk about how I can help you. Until next time, remember that fear you're feeling, it might just be telling you you're on the right path. If you're searching for work that works for you, I invite you to go to richardtaliaferro.com and schedule a complimentary call with me, and let's talk about it. Thanks for listening, and talk to you next week.